In today's busy world, have you ever thought about how to make an impression that lasts? Does she value you as much as you value her, or are you just one of many options? To win a woman's love and make her remember you, you need more than just care and affection. You need patience and a strong philosophy. If you're looking for a unique and effective strategy, ancient Stoicism could be it. Stoicism isn't just an old theory. It's also a powerful compass that can help you find new ways to build and maintain a happy relationship. Let's look into it. 11 interesting ways to impress any woman that are based on Stoicism, make an impression that lasts, and eventually build a stronger bond on your shared path to happiness. Before we start, I'd really appreciate it if you could. Please click the like button on the movie and join the channel. Keep reading until the end, because every point is important and could help you learn something new. Let's start with number 1. Guys often find themselves constantly reaching out to women they're interested in through texting, calling, and other forms of communication. But here's an idea that might change the game for you. Don't contact her. Being less open can make you much more appealing. It's not about playing games or being hard to find just for fun. It's about living by the Stoic concept of self-sufficiency. Stoicism teaches people to be content with their own lives instead of constantly seeking approval or attention from others, like a love interest. If you cut down on the number of texts and calls you send and receive, you're not just being hard to get. You're showing that you have a full and interesting life of your own. This change may make her curious and even a little jealous. She may start to wonder what he's up to. Is he busy with something interesting? Is he seeing someone else? These questions can make her think about you more and in more interesting ways. For example, if you used to text her every morning to wish her a good day, but now you share short clips of your engaging activities or accomplishments every once in a while, she'll notice the difference. She'll see you as someone who is busy and happy and not just sitting around waiting for her texts. It also helps create a healthy dynamic where mutual interest and respect for each other's personal lives are balanced. It shows that you're a serious person who doesn't need constant reassurance or contact to keep interest. This independence can make you very attractive. It positions you as someone worth pursuing rather than someone who's always on call. In essence, by being less immediately available, you embody the Stoic ideal of self-reliance and emotional independence, making her see you in a new, more interesting light. This doesn't mean cutting off all contact. Instead, make sure that when you do reach out, it's meaningful. And finding the right balance between work and personal life can make her miss you and enjoy the times you do connect even more. Number 2. Take her up on her challenge. In the game of attraction, it's common for a woman to test the waters to see how interested you are. She might pull back a bit or play hard to get. This isn't just a game. It's her way of seeing how serious your intentions are. Are you really interested or just passing by? Instead of focusing on the idea of making her your girlfriend, let's think about this. Commit to living a moral life. The idea may seem strange, but it really does work. Stoics stress the importance of self-control and independence, which can be very attractive. For example, if you always agree with her or try to impress her, you might come off as too eager or desperate, which is not the point. Instead, show that you are your own person and that it's okay to have an opinion or stand firm on your beliefs. This isn't about being stubborn. It's about being sure of yourself and showing that you're not just another person. If you're attracted to someone who stands out on their own, you naturally become more interesting. You're showing her that you're interested in her, but not too much. Stoic philosophy says that we attract what we are, not what we want. If you show independence and confidence, you'll probably meet someone who values those traits. If you stay strong and calm, she'll likely become more interested in you and start to wonder what you're doing. She may even start to miss your company. Remember that the goal is a balanced display of interest, not too close or too far away. There's a deep truth that's easy to miss in the world of attraction. It's about finding that sweet spot where respect and attraction meet, making you someone she can't help but think about. There is a Stoic idea that says you should focus on your own growth and pursuits. If you live a full and interesting life and share bits and pieces of it with others, especially when you're not with the person you're interested in, you naturally create an allure. If all she sees on your social media is posts about how inactive you've been, she might think you're not doing much. But if your posts show how active you are, like photos from a scenic hike, a fun night out with friends, or moments from a hobby you're really into, you're not just filling up your feed, you're telling a story of a life well lived. For example, you could post a picture of you reaching the top of a difficult trail, or share moments from a spontaneous road trip. These pictures don't have to be over the top, they should just show how happy and involved you are in the world around you. This isn't meant to brag or make her feel left out. It's meant to show her that you're someone who embraces life and finds happiness in their own activities and passions. It's like telling her, "I'm living my best life," which naturally makes her feel awe and maybe even FOMO, or fear of missing out. She may start to wonder what's so interesting about his life and why I'm not a part of it. By doing this, you tap into a basic Stoic principle. Focus on building yourself and let everything else follow. Your life's richness makes her curious about what it would be like to share those experiences with you. It's a subtle but powerful way to get her interested and make her feel like she's missing out on something great by being with you. Don't pay attention to her cues in the dance of modern dating. Sophisticated people use social media to play subtle games with your attention. For example, if you've cut down on your messages to her, creating a quiet space, she might start posting interesting photos or dropping hints about you online, waiting for you to respond. This is a classic way to get you to keep interacting with her, and it works every time. Attempts go by without a response. Stoicism teaches us how important it is to be able to control ourselves and not let outside events affect us. Instead, we should react with good judgment by not clicking on these social media links. You are showing a type of modern stoicism when she posts a beautiful picture from a recent trip or a status update that seems to make a subtle reference to a joke you two share. Your first instinct might be to like or comment, but if you choose not to, you add a sense of mystery and confidence. She's probably waiting for your likes or comments, and if you don't, she might be confused and interested. Your lack of response shows her that you're not just another predictable person. Suitor, you have your own life and aren't just waiting for her to tell you what to do. This move isn't meant to be cold. It's meant to show that direct appeals don't easily catch your attention. It shows that you are grounded and aren't desperately watching what she does on social media. This can make you look more interesting and appealing. It's not like you usually play games. By showing that your interest and attention must be earned through real connection, not just surface-level interactions, you set yourself apart. By showing this restraint, you embody the Stoic idea that we shouldn't let things outside our control bother us, and should instead focus on keeping our inner calm and dignity. This can make a big difference in how she sees you, which could make her more interested in having a deeper, more genuine conversation with you. 5. Share what you know with others. In line with Stoic ideas, which value wisdom and sharing knowledge highly, teaching her something new is a great way to leave a lasting impression and make her miss you. By teaching her something new, you're not only showing that you're smart, but also that you're thoughtful and willing to make her life better, which are qualities that are deeply attractive. For example, if she's interested in your hobby or something you're passionate about, you could show her how to plant her first herb garden, or if you love the stars, you could spend an evening stargazing and telling her about the constellations. It's not just about the act of teaching, it's about the connection and experiences you're building together. This kind of communication shows a number of appealing traits. If you're smart, patient, and able to connect with people on a deeper level, it shows that you're not just interested in talking about yourself or boring topics. You want to add value and depth to her life, and teaching her something new can make the times you spend with her memorable. People often remember and miss the times when they learned something important or had an experience that changed them forever. When she associates you with those times of learning and growth, you become more than just another acquaintance. She looks forward to learning from you and spending time with you. This practice also improves your relationships by focusing on mutual growth and understanding instead of shallow exchanges. These actions not only make the relationship stronger, but they also support the Stoic idea of mutual improvement, which can make bonds stronger and make your absence felt more keenly when you're not around. By piquing her interest and creating an environment where learning is part of your interactions, you cement yourself in her mind as someone intriguing and necessary. This thoughtful approach can deepen her love for you and make your presence something she cherishes and misses. If you've made it this far and are still with us, please leave a comment below to share your thoughts, or just type "super" if you're enjoying the content. Your feedback is very helpful and keeps us motivated to make more videos. Keep your cool when talking to her. When she finally contacts you after a while of silence, this is your chance to really live by the Stoic principle of keeping balance. It's tempting to respond with a lot of excitement, which could give the impression that you've been eagerly awaiting her message. Instead, the Stoic way would be to keep your response measured and calm, showing that while you're happy to hear from her, you're not too dependent on her attention. For example, when she texts you after a while, a simple, "Hey, how's it going?" is a great way to strike the right balance. This answer shows that you've been busy with your own life but are still willing to connect. It's important to be pleasant and friendly without being pushy. Being nice to her is important, but your happiness and daily life don't depend on her. Talking to each. This measured coolness isn't about playing games. It's about showing that you're sure of yourself and don't care what other people think. Stoicism teaches that outside events, like someone's message or lack thereof, shouldn't mess with our inner peace and happiness. If you react in a calm and uninterested way, you show that you have these traits, which makes you more attractive and interesting. This way of talking to her subtly lets her know that even though you're interested in her, your life is full and interesting on its own. This can be very attractive because it shows that you have depth, resilience, and the ability to enjoy life on your own. These traits often make someone more desirable because they show a depth of character that promises more than just surface-level engagement. Keeping things simple also shows that you respect and see her as an equal in this conversation, not just someone to be won over. This polite stance, which comes from Stoic philosophy, is often used. Encourages a deeper and longer-lasting interest that keeps her coming back for more of your balanced, thoughtful presence. 7th. In the beginning of any relationship or interaction, it may be tempting to tell her everything about your day whenever she shows interest. However, if you want to take a more Stoic approach, think about the virtue of moderation and restraint. When she asks about your day or life, it's best to hold back just a bit, telling her enough to keep the conversation interesting without giving her too much information. It's not about playing games or being sneaky. It's about keeping a good amount of space between you. For example, if she asks how your weekend was, instead of going into detail about every moment, you could say something like, "It was great to recharge and catch up on some reading." This response is open enough for her to ask more questions, but also shows that your life is full and balanced without having to spill all the beans. This shows that you value the quality of interactions over the quantity of information shared. It's a subtle nod to the Stoic belief that inner tranquility comes from how we handle our responses and interactions, not from external validation or oversharing. Also, by not being an open book, you naturally create an air of mystery and depth. People are drawn to things they don't fully understand or know because it encourages exploration and curiosity. By sharing details in small doses, you show that you are sure of your own worth and don't need constant external validation to feel validated. This can make you more interesting and attractive because it shows that you're thoughtful and able to take care of yourself. This strategy also shows that you don't see her as someone you have to answer to, but as someone you want to spend time with, respecting both of your time. By keeping this balance, you're more likely to keep her interested in learning more about you, which will lead to a deeper and more lasting connection. Number 8. Build up the sense of surprise. Stoicism may make you think of calm and steady behavior, but it also teaches you how to use your mind to make life better, including your relationships. One good way to get closer to someone is to add thoughtful gifts to your conversations from time to time. This method isn't just meant to get her excited, it's also meant to show that you care about what she wants and interests her. If she's said she likes art, surprise her with tickets to a new show at a nearby gallery. If she loves the outdoors, plan an impromptu day trip to a nearby nature reserve she hasn't been to yet. These surprises don't have to be big. What matters is that you thought of them and that they made her happy. This keeps the relationship fresh and exciting. Imagine how she would react if you surprised her by planning a trip to a place she's always wanted to see. The surprise shows that you listen and care about her happiness enough to make it happen. In a modern setting, actions like these embody the Stoic principle that while we can't control everything in life, we can control how we contribute to it. When you plan these surprises, you're actively creating moments of joy and showing that you're invested in improving the relationship. This makes the time you spend together special and also makes you someone she misses and thinks about when you're not around. These surprises also reinforce the idea that you are a source of positive unpredictability in her life. This isn't meant to throw her off, but to add a layer of depth to how you show your love. There are 9 surprises that can make her look forward to what the future holds with you. Each one can be a memorable part of your shared story. Add a bit of mystery to your partnerships. As a good story builds up slowly, keeping the audience interested, so can the story of who you are. This fits well with Stoic teachings, which encourage both self-control and a thoughtful revelation of one's character and virtues over time. Instead of laying all your cards on the table right away, let her discover layers of your personality, talents, and passions bit by bit. For example, you could hint at a painting talent or a past adventure, but save the details for later conversations. By slowly giving out bits and pieces of information about yourself, each contact is full of new things that could be learned, which makes you more interesting and makes your time together more anticipated. Revelation plays on people's natural desire to learn and discover new things. When you share just enough to get her interested, but not so much that there's nothing left to discover, you create an ongoing intrigue. It's like leaving breadcrumbs that lead her through a forest. With each step, her excitement and interest in the journey grow. Keeping some things secret can also help create a respectful distance that is often attractive. Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of being self-sufficient and not overpowering others with our presence or personal details. By keeping some things to yourself, you show that you have depth that isn't immediately apparent. This can make her want to learn more about you, creating an engagement that isn't easily replicated. For example, on a date, you could casually mention that you're interested in astronomy. Then, plan a date where you can both stargaze and talk more about this passion. Sharing yourself at this slow, careful pace shows that you are not only interesting, but also thoughtful about how you do it. This smart control turns every interaction with you into a chance to peel back another layer of the onion. Every time she learns something new about you, it improves her view of you and fills her with sweet anticipation for what else she can learn. This is how you can keep her thinking about you, making her miss you more each time you're not with her and eagerly awaiting your next number. 10. Encourage people to be humble and participate in talks. It's easy to get stuck in the me syndrome, where you talk too much about yourself and your accomplishments. But Stoicism teaches humility and the value of listening, which are both important for building a relationship where both partners feel valued. When you're talking to her, Make an effort to find a balance between telling her about your own experiences and genuinely interested in hers. You don't want to take over the conversation. You want to have a meaningful exchange where both of you feel heard and valued. For example, if you just told her about your recent hiking trip, ask her about her own outdoor adventures or interests. This shows that you value her opinion and are interested in her as a person, not just as someone who listens to your stories. As a good listener, you show that you are attentive and respect her experiences and thoughts, which is a Stoic ideal. This makes the time she spends with you more memorable and fulfilling, leaving a lasting impression that she'll miss when you're not around. Additionally, by not being too self-centered, you become more attractive. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel valued and respected. When she thinks back on her interactions with you, she'll remember how you made her feel, which are qualities that are very attractive. This practice of mutual engagement also leads to a deeper connection. When you show interest in her life, she's more likely to open up and share more personal stories, which builds trust and intimacy. She'll cherish the times you took to connect with her on a deeper level than just talking about yourself. By taking a more serious approach and focusing on not only expressing yourself, but also understanding and appreciating her, you become someone she not only enjoys spending time with, but also looks forward to seeing again. This makes her value and miss your presence, which strengthens your link every time you see number 11. Spark some good jealousy. A little jealousy can serve as a gentle reminder of how valuable you are in the social marketplace, but you need to be careful and precise with it because it's strong. Stoic ideas say that we should stay in charge of our deeds and use them to show how much we respect and value ourselves. It's about showing, not telling her, that your life is full and satisfying with or without her, which can easily make her more interested in you. For example, let's say you're out having a great time with your friends and you decide to post a picture of yourself on social media. In the picture, you're laughing, the atmosphere seems friendly, and there's a female friend subtly present. The key word here is subtly. It's not a sexual pose, just a moment of fun with friends. By occasionally tagging your friend, it naturally sparks interest without crossing any lines. This method isn't meant to make her think you're interested in her or make her feel bad. Instead, it's meant to show that you're a person that people, including women, like being around. This can make her see you in a new way, as someone who is wanted and desired, which can make her more interested in you. It's a gentle way to remind her that you are liked, and if she's really interested, she might be more likely to see what she values in you. However, the Stoic approach would warn her not to use jealousy as her main strategy. Stoicism teaches us to build relationships based on mutual respect and understanding, not manipulation. Because of this strategy should only be used rarely and always, with the goal of being honest and true to oneself. It's not about playing games. It's about showing that you value others, which is a natural way to attract them. This way also gives her a deeper understanding of how you interact with other people. It makes you seem like a valuable person, which makes you more attractive. The slight mystery about who these other friends are and what they like about you keeps you interesting in her eyes and may make her more eager to find out how she fits into your life. This isn't about making her compete. It's about showing her that your world is full and exciting and inviting her to be a part of it. In conclusion, mastering the art of making her miss you depends not only on what you do, but also on how you do it. Adding some Stoic knowledge. This way of thinking stresses how important it is to keep your cool and be balanced when dealing with relationships. True attraction is nurtured from a foundation of self-confidence and tranquility, rather than emanating from a place of urgency or desperation. It is crucial to understand that desperation can be perceived even from a distance, and often acts as a repellent pushing someone away, rather than drawing them nearer by cultivating an aura of self-assurance and maintaining a serene approach. You enhance your allure and increase the likelihood of fostering a genuine connection. As we wrap up, Take a moment to reflect on these strategies and how they align with the Stoic philosophy of maintaining balance and emotional resilience in your interactions. If you found value in this discussion, drop a comment below with the word agree to let us know that these insights resonate with you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Sharing this video helps others find these useful techniques, and subscribing ensures you don't miss out on new content. Engage with us in the comments section. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Thanks for watching. For more interesting topics, check out the movie that's recommending it on your screen. I'll see you soon.